Can I start by asking how long the Bennies have actually been together?
About 4 years. No, yeah, about 4 years. But as this lineup, we've been together for a year.
Well, the new lineup's certainly working for you because you were very busy last year.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, it was a big year last year, and it was awesome, really busy.
But unfortunately, amongst all the great achievements and fun year that you must have had, there was one incident that was really, really terrible, and that was your guitarist was stabbed at a gig.
Yeah, it was a major part of our year last year, particularly for Jules, but obviously, yeah, it's a weird one, that one, because I don't really like to talk about it too much because it's got kind of a bit like, I don't know, it sort of hits home a bit too close or whatever, if you know what I mean, but it was definitely a really intense experience for us all, and Jules was unable to move his arm for just over 2 months, and came close to dying and stuff like that, and all sorts of things. So it was a really massive, a massive thing to kind of hurdle to overcome and think about, whatever.
That happened at Byron Bay, didn't it? Do you think you'll ever be able to go back to Byron Bay?
We're never going to go there again, which is a real shame because, I absolutely love the place and I've been to the Blues and Roots Festival there maybe 8 or 9 times, and I've always wanted to play there. That day was the first time we'd ever played in Byron, and we were, before the gig, we were having a chat and saying, this is one of the gigs that we're, ticking off that list, we're really happy to be here and proud of this one, and then, it just went to shit. But, it's a really sad thing.
It really is a terrible thing to happen, but how is Jules now? Is he okay?
Jules was okay, yeah. Jules was an absolute hero the way he dealt with the whole thing. He came back, he handled the whole thing with complete enthusiasm and positivity, and I know it's amazing actually how he handled it. He was able to see it as a positive almost experience. It gave him more energy than ever to write songs and play guitar and stuff like that, which is, it's actually quite inspiring to see someone bounce back with such vigor.
Well, that's really good to hear. On a lighter note, you're about to take off on the Nights Forever tour, or you started it on the 26th of January, Australia Day, and it's going right through February and halfway through March.
Yeah, so pumped about it. Yeah, it's going to be the best tour ever. So, yeah, we put a lot of work into organising it and stuff like that. And we're going to some of the best places and a few places we haven't been before and stuff like that, but a few places we've kind of been before and they've been quite small, and hopefully we can go back there and be a bit bigger. And I know, for example, we get to go to Toowoomba again, which is about an hour or so drive out of Brisbane. It's the best place ever. Their dad that runs the bar there that we're playing at is a real nice dude. He makes you pasta when you arrive and stuff like that. So it's pretty pumped up. And we've gone to New Zealand for the first time.
Well, when you guys are planning a year and planning, extensive tours like this, is there a lot of arguments between you, or do you all pretty much agree on where you want to go and what you want to do?
Oh, no, not too bad. I mean, we struggle with it. There's some parts we really aren't very good at, and, we're trying to learn and get better at. Even just sending out merch is something, because we do everything ourselves, and so, sending out merch is, it's really time-consuming. We haven't quite worked out the best way to do that, and, when we go to a gig, no one wants to set up the merch or be the guy standing there selling it or whatever. So there's little things like that we kind of battle at. But in terms of the organising and getting our shit together in before gigs and stuff, I guess I kind of do most of that kind of stuff of booking gigs and stuff like that. I really enjoy it. I find it really exciting. It's something I was looking forward to what's coming up. Yeah. And
booking shows is one of the hardest jobs in a band.
Oh, yeah, it can be quite tough. It's time-consuming. I wouldn't say it's hard, but I really enjoy it. I love booking the support bands and stuff like that. It's actually funny with this last tour, the tour we've got coming up, that Nights Forever tour. It was the first time where we announced the tour before having all the supports worked out and stuff like that. And the day we announced it, I got so many emails from bands saying, "Can we play different towns and stuff like that?" And I loved going through and listening to all the bands and stuff like that. I found that really exciting.
Oh, well, that's good. And on the Nights Forever tour, you're not only going to New Zealand, you're covering the entire east coast of Australia, and you're coming back to Ballarat, and I reckon you're in Ballarat at least 3 or 4 times last year.
Yeah, I actually think it's maybe close to about 10 times that we were there last year. Yeah, I absolutely love Ballarat. It's the best pub. The Corona Lounge is the best pub in the world. Yeah, we've only just discovered it, and like it's really so good. I love that bar. Like every time we go there, we know everyone's names. We're high fiving everyone. It's just smiles, and it's not too far to drive. It's always, if it's on the way to Adelaide, it's really handy. Otherwise, it's just drive back that night. But just the best time, and like even the security guards there are nice.
Right.
Like the last time we played in Ballarat, a few of the security guards, like Chris and I can't remember the other guys' names, but they came to the gig to watch and they weren't even working and stuff like that. Like we're friends with everyone there.
Yeah, and the manager Lockie's really nice too.
Yeah. He's a really good dude. Yeah, he's the reason why I'm not going to drive. I'm not putting up my hand to drive. Be the one driving home from Ballarat ever again.
Well, do tell.
Because I've done it the last 2 times, and I swear the look of disappointment in his eyes when I don't do like a shot of some bizarre drink with him is too much.
It sounds like you have a really good time down there.
Yeah. Well, I think apparently that Lockie was saying there's some footage of me on the security cameras there, sort of stumbling around the dance floor with a glass of red wine in my hands. And apparently they were laughing at. So maybe you can just watch that.
No, not the red wine. I can't drink red wine.
Yeah, I'm a bit the same, so that's kind of funny that I was walking around with a glass of red wine on it.
Well, it sounds like a night that people want to get down there and see the sideshow.
Yeah, I think so.
So then, is Nights Forever actually the album title?
No, so the new album we got out is called Making Birds in Space. Nights Forever is a song of it.
So is that the next single, or...?
Yeah, like we don't really know, like all that stuff. Yeah, don't really know what we call singles and stuff like that. But I think we're going to try and push that one if we can. Like I think, we're getting together on Sunday for a band meeting. I think we're going to try and work out a film clip, and we'll either be doing it for that, for Nights Forever, or a song we've got called High Rider. So it'll be yeah. So we kind of, I think, want to give it a bit of emphasis. It's a song that we're all, particularly proud of, and we reckon it's pretty catchy and stuff.
I probably should tell people what your website address is.
Yeah, awesome. Thank you.
You can be found at thebennies.com.au.
Yeah, that's right.
And you are the Bennies Band on Facebook.
Yep.
And so are you planning to head overseas or anything this year?
Yeah, definitely. I'm pretty sure we're going to go to China again really early in the year, like maybe looking at like April or something like that, try and go back really soon, get on some festivals and stuff like that.
Oh, so you've been to China before to play, have you?
Well, we were in China in November. We went to China and Japan.
All right. I remember interviewing the Smith Street Band who you mentioned earlier playing with, and they've been to China. They said how great it was over there.
Yeah. It's the same dude that hooked it up and stuff like that. Like I live with those dudes, the Smith Street dudes, so we're all pretty... Really? Yeah, so it's all good. We're like, actually, like really, I think we've said a few times online and stuff, but really are actually like best mates, and we're very lucky position for us because they're such a good band and they do everything in a really, good way. We can just like sort of watch what they do and learn from them, and they're really like good with like information and contacts and stuff like that. So yeah, really handy knowing them and stuff.
That's awesome. So do you still have a day job?
I teach at Vic Uni, at university. Yeah, so I teach a business subject, a first-year business subject, and also every now and then I teach like some music management subjects. All right, so you've actually studied music? No, I haven't actually. I'm just really good at everything, so I've just been like, get rid of the knowledge, no worries. I'm actually thinking about doing a PhD in science, but I've never done it before. I'll snail it. No, I've done I've actually studied at university like theatre and creative writing. All right. And then after I did that, I did a master's in teaching. So from the teaching degree, I was able to go on to teaching some subjects at university. Oh, so you just sneak into the music class and pretend you know what you're talking about. Yeah, that's it. What I do is I go to university. I don't have any classes. Like I actually don't get paid to do it. I just do it for the love of it. But I just walk into a class and just start lecturing. Lucky kids. So, what do you write about? Do you like try and put a message in your music, or is it just about fun? Like different bands for different names or whatever and stuff like that. But we all come from a pretty privileged background. Like it was really an eye-opening thing going to, say, China or something like that, and which is basically a third world country, I suppose, like moving towards the first world. But like, we're coming from Melbourne and growing up in a pretty like comfortable kind of environment. We have much to complain about. So our kind of goal was to try and spread a bit of positivity as opposed to like complaining about stuff or whatever. So try and have fun doing it.
So then what is the writing process like in the Bennies?
Well, we write songs as a band. Like, no one writes a song, comes to practice and says, this is how it's done. We kind of jam and stuff. But it'll generally start with either an idea from myself or Jules, the guitarist. Sometimes Craig has an idea, but so it'll either start with like a guitar riff and a bit, or like a lyric or a melody or something like that, and then just everyone kind of builds on it. So like I don't ever sit down to write lyrics or anything like that, or just sometimes like it's actually more often not when I'm walking home. I'll like have like an idea and just sort of sing it into my phone and record it, and then take it to the other guys. Or Jules plays guitar a lot, like very creative dude. He'll sit down at home, I think, play guitar like once a day, and from that he'll generally have a riff that's written or something like that, and it just kind of builds that way.
So other than the Nights Forever tour, is there any other shows that you know about that you can tell us?
We are actually playing Soundwave this year.
Really? What, the whole tour?
We're just playing. Yeah, we're just playing the Melbourne show. Yeah.
You're not actually on the website yet.
Just going to sneak our way on. No, it's so funny with Soundwave. We got the gig through Twitter. The Matter was complaining about the ska band that he'd booked on it or something like that, and I tweeted at him saying, why don't you put on a good new ska band or something like that? And he replied like, I've never heard of you guys before, it's unreal, do you want to play Soundwave or something like that? And then we tweeted back at him saying like, of course we do. And then that kind of went a bit of back and forward, and then he was like, all right, you're on it, you're on the Melbourne show. And we were like absolutely stoked, and then we're like, oh, can we tell people or not yet? He was like, yep, tell people. And then, so we did. We were like, announced it on Facebook. We're like, we're playing Melbourne Soundwave. And we actually were the first band that got announced because we like did it before we were supposed to.
Good on you. Well, I hope you do have a lot of fun at Soundwave, and of course on the Nights Forever tour, which is going all around the East Coast and New Zealand, and people can find out more about that at thebennies.com.au. And thank you very much for your time, Anty. It's been great.
Yeah, awesome. Yep, thanks so much, Kat. Nice to have a chat. Thanks for your time.
And I will see you at the Corova Lounge on the 2nd of February.
Yeah, awesome.
Well, I shall let you go now.
All right.
And have a great day. Bye.
Catch you later. Thank you, Kat.
Thanks.